Well, hello small group. This is Ryan, and as promised and said in class, the next time I would see you would be on YouTube. I'm going to talk to you today a little bit about myself. I grew up here in the suburb of Dayton in Vandalia, Ohio. I have a mother and a father, and I have one sibling, a sister, and she is 4 years older than I am. My parents were both teachers, however they've been retired now for about 4 years. Growing up, it was nice because in the summer we obviously all had the summers off, and my parents always liked to go on family vacations, so each summer we went somewhere different and always enjoyed spending quality time together as a family and seeing the country as well as the world. Probably my favorite vacation that I took with my family was when we went to Europe for a month, so that was extremely exciting. When I was in high school, I played sports as well as growing up my whole life. I was really into soccer and baseball. After high school, what my new adventure was going to be was go into the Air Force. So I joined the Air Force, I enlisted. I went down to San Antonio, Texas for basic training. My job going into the Air Force was air traffic controller because I always thought that would be a very interesting job, and plus growing up our next door neighbor was an air traffic controller at the Dayton International Airport. So I went to basic training, and after that I went over to Biloxi, Mississippi for my technical school, and I was there for about 8 months learning the career field, and it was an extremely difficult career field. However, I made it through, and then my first duty assignment was in Upper Michigan at K.I. Sawyer Air Force Base, which is located right on Lake Superior. I was up there for about 6 months, and a TDY was offered to me, which a TDY is when someone goes out of town for business or work to do their job elsewhere. I took a TDY out to Nellis Air Force Base in Las Vegas, Nevada to help support an exercise called Red Flag. I went out there, I was there for about 2 months, and I worked my butt off out there, and the superintendent out there, I guess, actually liked what he saw. He was impressed, and he knew that my base was closing down shortly after I was returning, so he asked if I'd like to get out there permanently. I was thrilled that he approached me with that offer. So he made some phone calls, contacted some people he knew, and lo and behold, it worked out. I was able to get out there permanently come the end of that next year. I was out at Nellis for about 6 years, and it was coming on year 2000, and I needed to decide whether I was going to separate or re-enlist. I chose separation just because I knew that my stint at Las Vegas was about to be short-lived, because I knew the Air Force was going to need me somewhere else. I came back to Ohio, and I was only in Ohio for probably 4 months, and I was offered a position in Miami, Florida to work logistics management. So I chose to go down there and pursue it and to get into civil service, because I wanted to get my foot in the door with civil service, because I knew that would be a great career opportunity and longevity for a career. So I moved to Miami, and I was down there for a couple years. I wasn't exactly enjoying southern Florida just because it's a totally different environment down there. Did I love my job? Absolutely. It was a great job. I managed a lot of people. I did a lot of rewarding things down there, and I worked hard, I was dedicated, and I gave 100% in my job each and every day. However, I wanted to transfer back to Ohio because that's where I wanted to be, and that was where family was. I was able to get a transfer to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base at Headquarters Air Force Material Command in logistics. So I moved up here in 2003 it was. I worked in the headquarters at staff level in logistics in the Air Clearance Authority office, which I did metrics and analysis in there, which oversaw all the cargo movement of Air Force cargo that moves from the continental United States over to the wharf theater, and we did all the metrics on all the numbers. So I was in there for about 4 years, and while I was in there, I completed my undergraduate degree at Wright State University, and my big bosses in my office knew that I wanted to take a different career path. I had always said that I wanted to possibly get into program management. So they directed me and mentored me as to how I go about getting into that career field. And at the beginning of last year, I was able to get into a program management position in Aeronautical Systems Center. And presently I'm going for my MBA at Wright State University. And the reason I chose Wright State University for my MBA is because I had an excellent experience while I was there for my undergraduate degree. So where do I want to go with that degree? Well, bottom line is that degree is what's going to hold a promotion down the road for me. I think it's going to create me to be a better leader. I'm going to be a better mentor because of it, and I just think I'm going to be able to take away a lot of positive things by getting my MBA and having, in a sense, having that in my back pocket. So that was a little bit about myself and where I am today. I'm glad I was able to share that with you, and hopefully you all thought it was somewhat interesting. So I will see you again in class come Friday night, and until then, enjoy your week.